Hi, still here in San Diego. It's a beautiful day, a little chilly for Southern California. The song is wrong, by the way. It does rain in Southern California, and it doesn't always pour. Uh, that might have been a metaphor that I missed all these years, but we drove through quite a bit of rain in the last couple of days, which I consider auspicious, of course. Um, my Buddhist teachers say it's very auspicious when it rains, so I always go into delight when it rains. But I was talking this morning, and I was talking to somebody about a class that I did in Canterbury a couple of weeks ago. And one of the things that happened in the class is one of my kids, Naomi, came to assist the last part of the class. She came Sunday afternoon. She got herself settled in university in London, and then came out to Canterbury to work with me. And I had a team meeting as soon as I could when she got there, and I said, what do you want to create out of the weekend? And she said, well, Dad, it's, you only have a couple hours left, but we got talking about modeling, which she did as a kid. She was in commercials as a kid, and that's a whole other story about who she became when she was a model. Got her sisters in modeling, and really had a great time. And then they told her, you have to be 5'7" before we'll look at you again. She went into her teenage years, and she's been growing, but slowly. She's little. I mean, I'm little, and she's little. And at one point during a class, I had people box up an inversion machine, this thing that you hang by your ankles. It was a gift to her. She never used it much, but I thought she might be able to stretch herself longer. I give her chiropractic adjustments. But we were looking this summer at how she was shorter than me and shorter than Amy, and Amy's taller than both of us. But when I went back into the room to start teaching again, one of the participants in the chair looked back at the back of the room, and he said, have you ever given serious thought as to who the father actually might be of these children? Which I have, of course. He said, she's tall and she's beautiful. And I noted that he said that. We had so many other things to cover in the interview that I never got back to it, but that him noticing that she was tall. After the class, we all went out to dinner, and Naomi was getting a ride back into London with one of the participants, and we walked out of the restaurant that we were in, and I was about to say goodbye to her, and I looked at her and I said, when did this happen? And she said, what are you talking about? I said, look, you're taller than me. And she looked at me with as much surprise as was in me and said, I don't know, Dad. I don't know. And she said, but I am, aren't I? And I said, yeah, definitely you're taller than me. And we hugged, and we kind of left it on that note. She texted me the next day and said, you work with some really interesting people, Dad, which is true. But I don't know when she got taller than me. Like I said, we noticed it this summer that she wasn't taller than me, and she did want to get taller. I don't know if it came out of the magic of the class and her wanting to be modeling and talking about doing modeling and talking about getting our goddaughter, who's 4 years old, into modeling. As I've said for years, I don't understand life. It doesn't make sense to me. When things like this happen, they're really, really cool, and I guess people can grow 3 or 4 inches in an afternoon. I've just never watched it happen. Have fun. www.micpeakperformance.com